This video is going to review some of the tips and methods for adding titles and so forth in Adobe Premiere. So we can add a new title by coming in here in the new element. We can go to new title up here, or we can simply hit Control T to launch the title tool. I'm going to go with the standard title. And I'm going to start by putting a box in here because I want to have a background for my title. So I'm just going to make a box, and we're going to add some color to that box. Go with our Wildcat blue here. Okay, now that I've got my background here, I'm going to go ahead and adjust it so it bleeds off the edge. Take my text tool, and I'm just going to click down here for a moment, make a box, and we're going to pull some text in. Now, I pre-typed some of my text up in Word because it has a spell check and it's easier for me to type. So I'm just going to copy this and paste it right in here. Now currently its style and so forth is matching the default and the color. So I can highlight this and come down here and pick a different style that I'd like. I can also come over here obviously and change the size. I can drag it or make it larger. Notice that this plus here indicates that there was more text that was outside of that box. If I grab this text tool or the point tool, I can expand this box out. I'm going to highlight all of this now, assign it the same style, and assign all of it the same point size. Let's say 50 for now. Now it looks like it needs to be a little bit bigger than that. Something like that maybe. And I can put that in here. Have to expand this out a little bit to match. Maybe I want my 5 steps to be a little bit larger, so I'm going to come in and grab my text tool, highlight this portion. Oops. Try that again. Highlight just that portion and make it a little bit bigger. Now, for those of you who haven't worked in Adobe's software, whether it's Premiere, Photoshop, we have 2 layers here now, so you want to be careful when you're grabbing things. This one is currently on top of this and so forth. I want to pull in a graphic here just to add a little bit of interest to this. So if I right click, I can grab a logo that I've found online, which happens to be this lacrosse player here. And it's a PNG, which means it has a clear background. I can scale it up a little bit or down and just add a little bit of interest to that. This is going to be the first title that I want to do. Then I'm going to add some pieces to add a little interest to this. So this is just going to start off right on the screen. Drag this guy in. Depending on how long I want it to play for, I can drag this out. And currently I don't have any video footage to play back there, but our video will add in here later on. So I'm going to add another title, and again we can do it from coming down here to go to title, we can come up here to go to title, or you can simply hit Control T and launch it. Now I'm seeing my old title, and the reason for that is because my playhead is on top of that. If I drag it to a new space, I'm going to see what's behind it, which is black right now. So as you're creating titles, don't confuse yourself because it looks like I've already done all the work, but what I'm seeing is what's behind that playhead or where this cursor is. So I'm going to drag that off so that it's blank so we can start over again. Actually, I'm going to do this a little bit easier because I like the font that I've chosen and I like that color blue. I'm going to come over here and duplicate this title. All right, and I'm going to rename this one as Step 1. So now when I double click on this, I am looking at this. I do have the ability to edit it. I'm going to come in here with my text tool and highlight that and say where's my text from over here? 1, foot placement. Copy that and put it right in here. And notice I've got that style. Now for this, I'm going to resize these things a little bit. And maybe I'll keep my graphic in there as well. Take all of these items and move them down in here. Oops. Okay, moving kind of quickly here. You can spend time trying to finalize this, but pretty happy with that. Obviously, as I do additional steps, I could duplicate that layer, right? We can call it step 2. And I can then go in and edit that one as well. Let's animate this so it adds a little bit of interest to it. So if I pull this guy onto our timeline, actually I'm going to pull it. We can decide how we want this to play out, but I could pull this down. Okay, we want to add some animation now to this piece. So I've got this selected. Right now I have a This right here shows the length of that step 1. If I want to expand that out, I can drag this out or pull it in. All right. This represents the amount of time that footage is going to play for. Before we animate this, we might want to get the video that's associated with step 1. But when I click on this now, if I take my playhead and come to the beginning and I go to position and highlight it, it puts keyframe in here. So if I click on this guy and drag it off the screen, and then I bring it in to the end and position it here, when I play this, this is going to come in. So just to look at this, so far it looks something like this. We've got quite a bit of time playing for this. Can shorten that up, probably only need to be a couple of seconds, and then we could do transitions as well. And this is coming in kind of slowly, so we may want to speed up where that comes in and then just have it stay on the screen. Should have done that. So how would I edit that? So I'm going to come in here. Whoops, I don't want to double click on that. Instead, I just want to select it, take a look at this. I want to delete this guy. Actually, no, I just want to move it over here. So let's replay that now. See what that looks like. It should come in faster and stay on the screen. Now we can also add